have a special guest in studio today. Mark Kuntz is usually with us on desk. Today, Mark Kuhn is stopping by the studio. He's an OHSAA official and actually an instructor of new officials classes, with the most recent one starting July 13th. Mark, thanks for stopping by, and just why is it so important to be an official?
Well, I mean, without officials, we can't have games. Kids need to be active. We're there to officiate those. Big need for it. I mean, there's a lot going on. We need officials.
Over the last few years, we've seen the numbers decline a little bit. For you, seeing as you've officiated as many years as you have, what keeps you coming back, and what do you tell some folks that are maybe on the edge, thinking about getting involved, but don't know if they're into it or not?
Well, if you love sports, officiating is a way to go. It's a good way to stay involved. It's a great feeling to be on the field. I mean, that's my place of zen when I go out there.
What all does it take to become a certified official, at least here in Ohio at the OHSAA?
Well, here in Ohio, the OHSAA sets forth requirements. We have to have 25 hours of class time. That 25 hours has to cover the rule book, mechanics, which is how we move on the field, the areas we cover. It has to cover all of that. We get tested at the end of that class. There's a test, and that's it. And then field time. We have a group of veteran guys that work with the class guys. We'll take them out, we'll work scrimmages, try to get them acclimated to working games. Not as easy as people think.
Now, Mark, we do have a class coming up. July 13th is when it starts. Can you walk me through what it looks like and the time commitment over that 5-week span?
So for that 5 weeks, we'll meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Actually, Tuesdays we'll meet via Zoom. We started doing that with COVID, and it actually works out well because we can do our rule study online with everybody with their rule books there. It's easier to focus. We cover the rules, 3 hours from 6 to 9. Then Thursday we'll go out. We go to Lake High School. Lake has been gracious enough to let us use their stadium. Take full advantage of their stadium. We work through mechanics. We work through situations. There's a few nights we may have some players out there, and work through all of that. Do that every week for 5 weeks. And actually, the last class we take the exam. We'll take the exam as a group, but nonetheless, you take the exam and become an official.
And there is a small cost associated, but it gives you everything you need to become an official.
Yes, it does. Your cost includes your fee to join the OHSAA, includes your rule book, your mechanics book, your case book. Our association also will throw in a flag, a whistle, things of that nature. So we try to get guys headed in the right direction. We try to minimize the cost. We have guys that donate old uniforms that are still good, to try to minimize, just to get people out there. If you like it, great, move on from there. But we do what we can to help people along.
And once you've made it through the course and passed all the tests, you're good to go and hit the ground running and hop on the schedules? You
are good to go. You'll be eligible to work up through JV games this first year. Then next year, if you want to advance to what is a Class 1 and work varsity games, you'll have to take another similar exam to move up. But once you make it through the first year, you're good.
You know, all of us, I think, at least here at BCSN, love going out to games, love watching them on TV, but they can't happen without officials, and we're in dire need of officials right now. What is your message to kind of hopefully get more people interested?
If you enjoy the game, become an official. Obviously, doing games, we hear a lot of officiating from the stands. Come on out and join us. You'll be amazed. I promise you, if you take the class, if you're a true sports fan, you'll never look at sports the same way again. I tell my class that when we start. From the very first thing we start doing in the class, like, you're going to watch a game, you're going to watch the officials now. You're done watching the players, you're going to watch the officials do. And they all, no, Mark, it won't be that way. And it is. You never watch sports the same way again. You learn a lot about the sports, why things happen, why things don't happen. It's just a lot more knowledge of the game. It's really fun.
Well, Mark Kuhn, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, they will have a training session for OHSAA football officials coming up, starts July 13th. make sure to shoot Mark a note or visit the OHSAA website for more information.